Okay, so we're all set to start adding our unique features to our front and back end cap. And if you look back at what the end results will look like, there are some minor unique details. Um, and then there are some very obvious ones. And I want to point out that this threaded hole here that you see here and here, you obviously see one is longer. But for the back, actually the placement of this hole is a little bit further back than it is for the front end cap. So we're going to let's go back to our part here. Let's start with the end cap front. If you notice from these tabs down here, I have both the front and back end cap files open, and so it's a good idea from this point forward to keep them both open. But what we'll do is we'll start with the end cap front and start adding its unique features, and then we'll switch over to the end cap back. So try to orient your part if it isn't already. Try to orient it the same way that you see here. And then let's go ahead and select, you should be in the 3D model tab and select hole feature. Make sure that the placement is from sketch and you have your drilled hole. And then instead of using the simple down here, the simple hole feature, we're going to jump over here to the tapped hole because it's going to have threads in it. So when you select this, it opens up another sub menu down here, and we want to the thread type we want is metric, right? The ANSI metric here. The size that we want is a 5mm hole, and class is 6H, and the designation that we want is the M5 by 0.8, and we do not want this to go all the way through the part. We want it at a certain distance. Okay, so let's make sure we actually go over here and select where we want the hole to be. So it's going to be right here at this point at the end of this 6mm line. Boom. All right, and and then the threads, we want the threads to go all the way down to 14mm. We want the hole to be 14mm, and we want the threads to go down the same distance also. Okay, so we have all of those set. Make sure that this is at angle, and let's click OK. And there is our 14mm hole, and the threads go down 14mm as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and save. Do a Control S for save, and then we're ready to move on to another feature.